परब्रह्म समारम्भाम् श्री दत्तात्रेय मध्यमाम् श्री दत्त स्वामी पर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। सर्वविश्वन्यस्तपादपद्मायते वामहस्तालोलवेदशास्त्रायते ज्ञानसूर्यायते दत्तरूपायते श्रीवेणुगोपालकृष्णाय वन्दनम् श्रीवेणुगोपालकृष्णाय वन्दनम् श्रीवेणुगोपालकृष्णाय वन्दनम्। गुरुदत्त श्रीदत्त प्रभुदत्त पाहि माम् विधिदत्त हरिदत्त हरदत्त रक्ष माम् पाहि मां दत्ता रक्ष मां दत्ता। त्रैलोक्य गीता चैप्टर 4 ज्ञान भक्ति कर्म योगः association of knowledge, devotion and practice। त्रैलोक्य उवाच किं ज्ञान भक्ति कर्माहुः दत्त ब्रूहि सविस्तरम् स्पष्टाकर्षक वेदान्तम् न पश्यामि भुवि क्वचित्। Miss Trailokya asked, O God Datta, what exactly are the 3 steps of knowledge, devotion, and practice in the spiritual path? Please explain in detail. I have not found such clear and attractive spiritual knowledge anywhere else on earth.
Shri Datta Swami uvacha ज्ञाने ते महती श्रद्धा सद्गुरोः प्रेरणायया स्पष्टाकर्षणहेतुस्तु सत्यं ज्ञानमिति श्रुतिः। Shri Datta Swami spoke, you have a lot of interest in spiritual knowledge. Such interest encourages the divine preacher to explain spiritual knowledge more and more. The only reason for the clarity and attraction of my spiritual knowledge is that it is perfect truth. Except this reason, there is no other reason. The Veda also says that knowledge must be always true. Satyam jnanam anantam brahma. Shishyo mohanuvakyarthi gurustaddakshinaturaha najananna sada vakti jnatva sadapi chaparaha. The disciple expects the preacher to preach according to his or her convenience of self-fascination. The preacher also preaches like that only to please the disciple and get more offering of money from the disciple. In this process, one preacher preaches faulty knowledge due to his ignorance of right knowledge. Another preacher preaches faulty knowledge to please the disciple, even though the preacher knows the true knowledge, to get more offering of money. Sadgurostu sadevaiti sovatirno narah paraha sarvadata hi sarvesham aptakama iti stutaha. The divine preacher preaches only true knowledge because he is God, descended to the earth as a human incarnation. He is the donor of anything to anybody. He is praised by the Veda as fully contented. Aptakamasya kaspruha Veda. Since nothing is required by him, as said in the Gita, Nanavaptamavaptavyam Gita. Karma bhakti jnana shatka trayam giteti kechana viparitam sadityeva matam me subicharataha. Some scholars say that the Bhagavad Gita is divided into three parts as practice, devotion and knowledge, each part consisting of 6 chapters. This classification does not seem proper to me because the reverse of this order appears to be logical to me on analyzing properly. Mumbapura visheshajñah tadakristah prayati tat kramat jnana bhakti karma sarvairapyanubhuyate. On hearing the details of Mumbai city, one gets attracted to see that city. Here, the details form the first step called knowledge. The attraction developed by it is the second step called devotion. After these two steps, the practice or practical step taken to travel to Mumbai city results. This order of knowledge, jnana, devotion, bhakti, and practice, karma, is experienced by all the people. Jnane narada sambuddha krishna krishta cha rukmini paschat karyam pravishta bhut drushtantoyam parastatha. Another similar example to know the correct order of these three steps is that Rukmini heard about the details of personality of Krishna from sage Narada and then was attracted to God Krishna through climax love. After this, she entered into practical step by writing a love letter to Krishna and running away with him just on the day of her marriage with Shishupala. Dvividham karma sannyasa tyagabhyam ubhayatra cha dvau drushtau karma sannyasat tyagat karma phalasya cha. The practice or karma yoga consists of two subdivisions. 1. Service or sacrifice of work, and 2. Sacrifice or sacrifice of fruit of work. Both these two steps can be clearly seen in both the above examples in the final step called Karma Yoga. In the first example, walking up to railway station is sacrifice of work, and purchasing the ticket for Mumbai is sacrifice of fruit of work. In the second example, sending the priest to Krishna with a love letter is sacrifice of work, and giving golden necklace to the priest after returning from Krishna is the sacrifice of fruit of work. Ajyau bhavau parang karma bhakti premaiva daiviki nishkama karma satyam hi bhakti karma nirupanam. The first two steps called knowledge and devotion are purely theoretical steps, whereas the final third step called practice is the practical step. The second step called devotion is theoretical devotion, and the third step called practice is practical devotion. Devotion means love to God, and love means love to worldly things. In this way, there is no difference between devotion and love. If this love is without aspiration for any fruit in return, such love is true love, and love with aspiration for some fruit in return is false love. Practical devotion is the proof for the theoretical devotion. Sada phalam karmano hi vrukshaseva pramajalam pamsur bhaktir dvayam mukhyam vrukshasaivantimam phalam. Always fruit is obtained by the final step of practice only. Always the fruit appears for the tree only. The knowledge is the water needed for the plant to be alive, and devotion is the manure that grows the plant into a tree. Hence, knowledge and devotion are also important to make the plant alive and to grow. But practice or tree alone gets the final fruit. Raho datta phala kanchi pitamaha ivechhati devaseva dhanam shaya yachakassa parikshaya. God does not need anything from devotee, but to test the true love of the devotee, God acts like a beggar. A grandfather begs his grandson to donate a piece of biscuit to test the real love of grandson on him, and not really in need of that bit of biscuit, because he himself purchased the packet of biscuits and passed on the packet to his grandson through his mother, keeping everything confidential. Similarly, God gives us total energy and total wealth, and this is kept secret to test our real love to Him by requesting us to do little service and to donate little wealth. Bhavadana phala kancha Veshya bhakti samarthataha Vaishya bhaktir vina kancham Putra bhakti sadottama. There are three types of devotions. 1. Veshya bhakti or prostitute devotion, in which theoretical devotion is offered, aspiring practical fruits. Second, Vaishya Bhakti is business devotion, in which the practical devotion is offered, aspiring practical fruits, and in this equality of practical items exists. And third, Putra Bhakti or issue devotion, in which practical fruit is given to issues irrespective of any offer from the other side. God will be very much pleased with the last type of devotion, which is the greatest. Asadhyatu trutiyeti navachyadrushyate sute katham saiva pare nasyat shailokshepah kvachinnahi. The devotee shall not say that without aspirations for any fruit in return, it is very difficult to offer practical devotion to God. This is illogical because such a devotion is already shown in the case of issues, and only in the case of God it is said that such a devotion is impossible. One cannot say that he can lift the mountain in one city only and not in another city. If such a devotion is impossible, it should be impossible everywhere. Jnata daivaya dadyasvam shraddhabhihri samarpitaha nahyesha yachako devaha tava bhakti parikshakaha. When you recognize the human incarnation through true analysis, you must offer service or sacrifice with full devotion, fear, and shyness, because God is not a beggar. A beggar may accept your sacrifice with full gratefulness, even if you donate with pride and negligence, because he is in need of your help. The Veda emphasizes this point. Shraddhaya deyam, bhiya deyam, hriya deyam. The acceptor of your sacrifice is God, who is testing the reality of your love to him. Shankaro Lakshmano Madhva Trimurtinam Swarupinaha Jnana Bhakti Karma Rupaha Kramadatavatarakaha. Shankara, the incarnation of God Shiva, established spiritual knowledge. Afterwards, Ramanuja, incarnation of God Vishnu, established devotion. Afterwards, Madhva, incarnation of God Brahma, established practice. Since the three divine forms are God Datta only, the three divine preachers are also incarnations of God Datta only. The sequence of the three divine preachers gives the sequence of knowledge, devotion, and practice. Jnanat paschad dashe dvehi sakrudeva pramaphalam Shankarah praha siddhantah tatat kalocitah khalu. The first step, which is attainment of spiritual knowledge, takes the whole time. Once the true spiritual knowledge is attained, which is knowing all the details of the divine personality of God, it immediately generates devotion, which is attraction to the personality of God. Immediately, the devotee attains salvation from the worldly bonds and serves God with full sacrifice. The later two steps are spontaneous, resulting in the attainment of final divine fruit. Hence, the time of first step is said to be the time of overall reaction, as said in reaction kinetics. Based on this, Shankara told that the spiritual knowledge gives the final fruit of salvation, jnanadevatu kaivalyam, directly. The various philosophies of three divine preachers appear to be different based on the difference in the spiritual progress of surrounding disciples in their respective times. Gurus Satyam Sadgurustu Hitam Brute Mrushapi Tat Ardhavade Shishum Chandrat Bhojayen Maulishulavat. A scholar, Guru, simply says truth without caring the stage of the disciple. The divine preacher Sadguru cares for the stage of the disciple and modifies the truth if necessary to uplift the disciple. Slight modification of the truth for the welfare of the disciple is not wrong, like mother making the child to eat the food, telling a lie that if the food is completely eaten, moon will come down. For a good purpose, telling a lie is arthavada. An ignorant person developed a severe headache, believing that a chameleon entered his head through his ear. Every doctor refused this like Guru. But a doctor like Sadguru agreed with the patient and threw a hidden chameleon from backside of ear, establishing that the chameleon came out of the head through the ear and the headache of the patient was cured. Sadhanam bhaktiranyarthe sadhyasa yadi kevalaha unmado nayaka eva dusadhyanahi darshanat. When we worship loving God, we always love to achieve some worldly benefit. Our love is on the worldly benefit only, but not on God. Here, God is only an instrument to achieve the selfish benefit. Such love on God is not true at all, which is called as instrumental devotion, sadhana bhakti, since God is made an instrument to achieve practical benefits. When we love God without aspiration for any fruit, keeping Him as the only fruit, such devotion is called goal devotion, sadhya bhakti. This type of devotion without aspiration for any fruit in return except God is not impossible, because such a type of mad love is seen in the world. A fan of cinema hero or a political leader does not get any benefit from the other side. In fact, fan only spends from his pocket And when the political leader or hero dies, the fan commits suicide. Samadhir nischayah purnah balavan yoga satphalam naravatara krishnena munayogopikayayuhu. When the devotee is totally absorbed in God, like the above said fan, without paying attention towards anything and anybody, such a climax state of devotion is said to be the single-pointed decision, and this is referred to the final state called samadhi, which is the true fruit of true yoga. Sam means fully, ang means continuous, and dhi means decision taken by intelligence. Such a samadhi was obtained by sages born as gopikas from their contemporary human incarnation of God called Krishna. Jnana Bhakti Karma Patha Kala Vishwavidalaya Vibhuti Prathama Kachya Yoga Vidyardhinam Kramat. Knowledge or Jnana Yoga is the school. Then devotion or Bhakti Yoga is the college. Then practice or Karma Yoga is the final university. Exhibiting miracles to establish the existence of unimaginable God is the primary LKG school. This is the order in sequence for learning in the yoga education system. Iti Trailokya Gītāyam Jnana Bhakti Karma Yogo Nama Chaturthadhyāyah. Like this, in Trailokya Gita, the fourth chapter called Association of Knowledge, Devotion and Practice is completed.
Udvegarahita Santosharahita Shanti Samudra Shri Datta Shanti Samudra Shri Datta Shanti Samudra Shri Datta Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi.
Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that propagating divine spiritual knowledge pleases the Lord greatly. Jnana yajnena tenaham ishtasyamiti me matihi. Spiritual knowledge brings about permanent peace and harmony in the world. So join us in sharing this divine knowledge of Lord Datta and earn the highest grace of God. For more spiritual videos, visit our YouTube channel, Shri Datta Swami. For more discourses on true spiritual knowledge, visit the website www.universal-spirituality.org.